I never really thought I would film another clip like this ever again. If you were subscribed to my YouTube channel before when I was in college, you might be surprised to see that I'm back, considering that I took down basically all of my more personal music related videos and just left up the concert vlogs. At that point, that was what I felt like I wanted to do. But a lot of things have changed in my life since I quit making videos in LA. And I say that because I just moved to Dublin. Today is officially a week that I have lived in Dublin. I got here pretty much exactly a week ago. It's 12:30 right now. I think I made it to my student accommodation at 12 o'clock. We've come a long way in this last week. I didn't own this shirt this time last week, so I just wanted to make like a little intro clip here because I was super inconsistent with filming at the beginning, and I just wanted to say, hey, if you were confused why there was another upload on this channel, I thought I'd make videos again because I had a couple friends and family members ask if I was gonna get back into it. It's been a lot of years, but I had a lot of fun editing the videos, and as a graduate student, I have more time now. So I thought we might as well try. I am in Dublin for a grad program. I am going to Trinity College to do a master's degree in creative writing for the year. I left the US on September 5th, which was a Friday. I had a really lovely morning. I went into my job at the rafting company that I loved in my hometown, which is what I had done the year prior after graduation. So I had done 2 seasons after graduating, and I applied for the program last fall. I went on a trip with one of my friends that I worked at the rafting company with, and we went to Dublin and London, and while we were there in October, I kind of decided this is what I want to do with the next year of my life. And by some miracle, I got into this like 16-17 person program, and I've spent the last 6 months kind of preparing. I found out at the end of January that I had gotten a place, so this has been a long time coming of anticipating it. I came here with just a medium suitcase, a personal sized carry-on bag sized suitcase that I also checked, my Cotopaxi backpack, and a tote bag. So I didn't have too much. And I came up by myself, flew to Chicago, and then took an overnight flight to Dublin. So landed on Saturday, got here, and I'm staying in a student accommodation. It's my first time ever living in a dorm, which I didn't think at 22 I would be like experiencing dorm life for the first time. So that's been interesting. I thankfully do have my own room and my own bathroom. So I will insert a little dorm tour for you guys now that I have it set up. Okay, so door when you walk in, jacket hanging, laundry hanging, bathroom in here. Just this little corner. There's the shower. Here's a mirror, and then shoes all along this wall. Closets right here. Bedrooms over here. There's a little extra nook thing, and then bed setup, tea kettle, tea area, closet here. Got all my stuff. There's my suitcase. Somehow it fit. A little extra storage. But yeah, that's the room. But I basically spent all day running back and forth from Dunn's to the flat just to kind of try to get everything that I need. Went to the communal laundry room and got those all washed. I just felt like super overwhelmed and out of place, and like, oh my god, what did I do to my life? Especially like with the lovely week that I had before I left. It was just like a difficult like first few days transitioning. I spent the entire next day unpacking my suitcases that were taking up all the floor space I had left, because this is a relatively small room. I didn't have heaps of suitcase space. This is the reality on my first morning waking up here. I've unpacked basically nothing. The space is so small that I'm kind of too overwhelmed to do that. But we're gonna fix this afternoon when I get back from buying myself books to make myself feel better. And then once I had things unpacked and I had like my own things on the shelves, started to feel a lot more like home. And then on Monday, I went and did my first orientation. Sorry, it's gonna be loud. This dorm is extremely loud. Anyway, I did my first orientation in the giant like lecture hall, went to a couple different lectures and got to see people talk about what it means to be a postgrad at Trinity. They were all quite funny. Went to a couple international student things. It's weird to be an international student for the first time. And came home super tired, went to more events on Tuesday, did a tour of the campus. It's funny doing orientation things because I never did that at USC, and I feel like that was kind of a disadvantage that I had starting my undergrad career. So I tried to really push myself to go to as many of these events as I could, even though I was like tired and disoriented and did not want to be doing it. On Wednesday, I went out and braved the pouring rain to try to find some new things in my wardrobe because I did not bring much with me, and the clothes you wear in Jackson, Wyoming are very different than what everybody is wearing in Dublin. So I wanted some outfits that made me feel more comfortable. So I bought this shirt, I bought the jeans that you can't see but I am currently wearing, and a couple other pieces and a pair of boots, and definitely felt more at home in my skin after that, and just better in the city. I think that clothes actually can do a lot for a person. I tried to be very intentional with only picking up things that I absolutely loved, because I've definitely learned over the years that over consuming in any fashion is not it. And also, especially when you live in a tiny little dorm, you don't want a bunch of things. So I have like my one knife, my one fork, my one spoon, my mug, my one plate bowl hybrid thing. Actually, it's sitting up here. It can serve both functions, just to take up as little space as possible. So it was really fun to get to try things on and experiment with style again. That was something I had really missed and really loved being back in the city. Thursday, I went to my actual postgraduate orientation with my cohort, so the creative writing one, and I met all the professors and all of the, actually not all the other people in my cohort, not everyone showed up to this, but there were most of us there. We got a tour of the Oscar Wilde Center that most of our classes take place in, and then we went to the PAV, which is the like campus bar area. I had been looking forward to a chance to hang out and chat with people, and it was so lovely to talk to people who love books as much as I do and care about writing and have the same interests, because that's not something that's happened for me in a really long time. So had a lot of fun doing that. Definitely filled up my cup a little bit, and then I came back home and was really looking forward to a Friday of doing absolutely nothing. Actually, not nothing, just not really leaving the dorm, because I have been walking. I went from probably walking like a really abysmal like 2,000-3,000 steps a day, working a ton and not really like getting out much. In my town, you have to drive everywhere, so unless you're like going on a hike or a walk, like you're not getting your steps in, to walking 10,000-14,000 steps a day. So my feet are like covered in band-aids. So it was nice to give them a break, and I sat around and I cut up an email and I made my planner and I like sorted my head out so that I like felt like I knew what was going on. So that was really valuable, and then I decided it was time to get back into writing, which had fallen by the wayside in the week preparing to move, and then the week since I've been here just trying to get all of my stuff together. And I took myself to a nearby cafe. I really love the neighborhood that I live in, and I love this new cafe I found. It's going to be my new favorite writing hotspot, and I have a few other places that I've kind of picked out that I want to explore in the coming week. Really lovely to find a place to sit and write with other people who are also working. Had the most delicious chai, and also like banana chocolate chip cardamom bread, which was amazing. So that made me really excited, because one thing that I really absolutely loved when I was in London previously was getting to go to cafes and write and like live the writer life in a sense, in a way that I don't really at home. So that was great. It was nice to get out just for a little bit. I got my yoga mat. That was where I went after my cohort orientation. I went to the sports store just across the river and I bought a yoga mat, because I need to get back into stretching, and it's what I'm doing with my like tiny little sliver of floor space that I have here. I'm like sitting on it right now. But yeah, I'm slowly like assembling the things that I need to like live here. And then at 2 o'clock I have a date, which you know how it goes with dating app things, but it'll be fun to get out and be taken to a new place that I haven't been before and introduced to another part of the city and get to know somebody else who lives here, because I don't know very many people. I moved to Dublin knowing absolutely nobody, so we're starting from scratch in that respect. It'll be a good day after I go to the pub and have a toasty, which I'm incredibly excited about because I freaking love a toasty, and it's so much more fun to call it a toasty than grilled cheese. I don't know why, it makes it better. And then while I am out and about in the city center proper, I am going to go by the sports store, a different sports store, and look for some of those cute Adidas sneakers that I've seen people wearing. My only sneakers I bought way back when I started at USC, so they are pretty beat to death. It's about time that I get a new pair, so I'm gonna go scout that out. I think I'm gonna stop by the camera store, which I am so excited about, having multiple stores in the city where I can buy film, develop film, get what I need. It's been crazy, like me coming from my small town where you like can't even get Amazon deliveries within a week, to just be like, oh, I don't feel like my bangs got trimmed enough before I left. I should probably do something about that. And just like walking past a random pharmacy and being like, oh, I think I see hair scissors. So right now I've just been on the hunt for like random little things like that, and it's been so fun to just be able to like get them at a store. So right now I need some what I've learned is called cello tape. I call it scotch tape in my head. I had to do some Googling to figure out what it was called so that I can go track it down for some of my scrapbooking. But yeah, this is just kind of meant to be like a catch-up clip. I don't know how long I'm gonna make this particular vlog of starting out in Dublin, but I felt like I needed to give kind of a preface, like overview, since the clips themselves are not the most coherent. And also this is the first video I'm gonna post in a really long time. But yeah, this is a memory archive for me. Sorry, the lighting in this clip is so weird. I just have the overhead lights, and the light coming in from the window was also really strange. So didn't have a whole bunch of options. There aren't heaps of good spots to film in here. But yeah, like I said, this isn't going to be like a super formal thing. I'm not gonna put out regular videos. I'm not gonna put out like videos on topics or like edited, like heavily thought produced videos. It's just more like documenting where I'm at and what I'm doing and how I'm feeling. And I definitely wasn't feeling the greatest for the first few days, but pretty quickly I think I have caught the upswing, and now I'm just really excited to dive into my first week of school starting on Tuesday. And yeah, we'll see where it goes from there.